Kind of like me with my jump shot. You can't stop me, but you can only hope to contain me.
And here we go. SportsCenter with Jan Dan, brought to you by McDonald's as we recap Championship Sunday in the NFL. We now know who's going to the Super Bowl.
Now, maybe you didn't see those games.
That's right.
Maybe you don't know who won the games on Championship Sunday. So we're going to begin in the AFC because I know a lot of you in Southern Ontario especially were excited for the Buffalo Bills back in the AFC Championship game. And would you be facing Patty Mahomes all week? He was in concussion protocol. He cleared concussion protocol, but he was battling turf toe. 14 TDs, just 2 interceptions over his playoff career. So much focus on Mahomes, but it was Mecole Hardman of the Chiefs getting everyone's attention early on. That's Jim Nantz. He wants Tony Romo money. Hardman muffs the punt, which always seemed like a funny thing to say. Bills recover just outside the goal line, and Josh Allen hadn't even taken his helmet off yet. Matt Barkley fired up. Bills offense heading back out. And first play after the fumble, Allen to Dawson Knox, which is a terrific name. Allen's 4th TD pass of these playoffs. Bills jumping out to a 9-point lead. That's when producer Tim said they should run out the clock. Hardman not looking pleased with himself. Mahomes trying to fire him up, and it actually worked because in the second quarter, still a 9-0 score. It's Mahomes to Hardman. That's how you get a player to forget about that mistake. He scores to cut the lead to 2. Then on the first play of the Chiefs' next possession, they're going to go right back to Mecole Hardman, this time on the end around. End around, another thing that sounds dirty to me. He's got room to run. Eventually knocked out of bounds just outside the 30, a massive 50-yard gain for the Chiefs. That would lead to another Chiefs touchdown, and Darrell Williams rushing TD. They would take the lead. Third quarter, Chiefs up 9. Mahomes gets it to Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill shows why he is one of the best, if not the best, at catching the football in the game today. Look at these moves. 6 defenders unable to bring him down, forced out eventually. That's a 71-yard reception. And a few plays later, that would lead to more magic from Patty Mahomes.
And then go right to the middle. Fake it and then go right there or back to the flat. Here's Mahomes. Look at underhanded. He throws it for the touchdown. How about that throw?
Yeah, the old underhanded toss, the old rugby throw. Chiefs up 16 points, late fourth. Now they're up 17 points. Allen's under pressure. Refs whistle the play dead. Alex Okafor comes in late, knocks down Allen, and the Bills don't like that. So if you're a Bills fan, even though at this point you knew your team was going to lose, you had to love how quickly the guys like John Feliciano came to their quarterback's defense. Deion Dawkins, the second shot. Yeah, don't touch our quarterback. Mahomes is like, this is over. Let's not even get involved. Yeah, the Bills just could not match up with the AFC's #1 seed. Bills, very promising team. This is a positive thing for Bills Mafia, but in the end, they're not going to the Super Bowl. That would be the Chiefs capturing their 2nd straight AFC title. They will be going to the Super Bowl. First AFC team other than the Patriots to make consecutive Super Bowl appearances since the Broncos did it in '97 and '98. This may be the story of the game. Josh Allen, 88 rushing yards, a season high. Buffalo's 3 running backs, a combined 41 yards on 11 carries. Patty Mahomes now on who he'll be facing in the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl is the Super Bowl. Being able to go up against one of the greatest, if not the greatest, quarterback of all time in his 150th Super Bowl. I mean, it's going to be a great experience for me. I mean, to go out there and have a chance to repeat and get to do it against the best. I mean, it's something special, and I'm excited for the opportunity.
I think he's being a little hard on himself. Patrick Mahomes, more wins in the playoffs for the quarterback position than any other quarterback before the age of 26, and he only needed 7 games to do it. What's more, Mahomes' Chiefs have trailed by at least 2 scores in 4 of those 6 victories.
NFC Championship, Bucks and Packers, Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers meeting in the playoffs for the first time. Brady playing in his 14th conference championship game. That's twice as many as any other quarterback. Rodgers playing in his first NFC title game at Lambeau. 8 seconds to go in the first half. Bucks are up 4, on the edge of field goal range. Decide to take one more shot despite no timeouts remaining.
They just added 2 seconds.
It would be a 57-yard try from this spot if they pick up no more yardage. Brady goes for the deep shot. He's got a touchdown! Scotty Miller! Oh, my God!
Brady to Scotty Miller, who somehow got in behind the defense. 39-yard touchdown strike right before the half. Tampa in front, 21-10. Love that camera. Looks like a video game every time I see it. Green Bay trailed by as much as 18 in the third quarter. Their biggest playoff comeback is a 14-point deficit. Rodgers to Devontae Adams. Touchdown. Rodgers moves into third on the all-time playoff passing touchdowns list, passing Brett Favre. It's a 5-point game. Brady not looking too happy about that. The TSN Twitter account comparing Brady to the Bernie Sanders meme that's going around. I think we've had enough of that meme. After the play, Rodgers telling his defense they need a stop. Let's see what happens. Packers, fourth quarter. Brady's pass goes off Mike Evans' fingertips. Jair Alexander picks it off. Brady's second interception of the game. Big play for Green Bay, who did have fans in attendance. After the Packers went 3 and out, Bucks get the ball back. Brady, he just did throw it up, Joe Buck, and Alexander picks him off again. Brady's third consecutive drive with an interception. Just over 2 minutes to go, after a Bucks field goal made it an 8-point game. Packers facing 3rd and goal. Rodgers looks like he has some room to run. Instead, he forces it to Adams in double coverage. Incomplete. And with Green Bay down 8, the Packers surprisingly decide to settle for a field goal. Less than 2 minutes ago, 3rd and 4 for Tampa. First down would essentially end.
Joe, I thought that they would go for it on 4th down. You're just not sure with Tom Brady that they will get another shot at it.
So that 3rd and 4 for Tampa. First down, as I said, would have essentially ended. Brady is incomplete to Tyler Johnson. Late flag. Late flag. Kevin King called for pass interference. He does grab a hold of Johnson's shirt. The Packers, they don't like the call, as the refs were letting them play up to this point. Rodgers having a word with the ref. Couple plays later, the Bucks icing.
Toss to Godwin. He's got the first down, and this game's over. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady are going to Super Bowl 55.
Yep, Rodgers and the Packers never got the ball back after settling for a field goal. Brady headed to his 10th Super Bowl. First player in NFL history to play in 10 championship games. Brady finds his son to give him a hug as the Buccaneers eliminate the Packers. Wow, Tampa, first team to ever play in a Super Bowl in their home stadium. And there will be a limited amount of fans there, around 7,500, I believe. Dating back to the regular season, the Bucks have won 7 straight games and have scored at least 30 points in their last 6 games. Tampa's last loss against Kansas City in Week 12. Aaron Rodgers now on settling for that field goal late in the game.
Yeah, that wasn't my decision, but I understand the thinking above 2 minutes with all of our timeouts, but yeah, that wasn't my decision.
I think anytime something doesn't work out, do you regret it? Sure, but we're always going to be process driven here, and the way our defense was battling, the way our defense was playing, we felt like it was the right decision to do, and it just didn't work out.
It's a tough journey to get here, so to go on the road and win another road playoff game is just a great achievement. And now a home Super Bowl for the first time in NFL history, I think puts a lot of cool things in perspective. Anytime you're the first time doing something, it's usually a pretty good thing. So now we just got to go, have a great 2 weeks, prepare for whoever it is, and, be ready to go.
Is Tampa the new city of champions? Because since Tom Brady joined the Bucs, Tampa now has 3 teams who have made a championship run. The Bolts, the Rays, and now the Bucs. And this is going to be Brady's 4th Super Bowl start in the last 5 seasons. Okay, opening line, KC, 3-point favorites. Over-under set at 57.5. That's a lot of points. The over hit on both the games on Sunday. It's going to be the first time a Super Bowl is going to feature a head-to-head matchup between the previous 2 winning quarterbacks, and we'll set this game up for the rest of the week and the week after. Still to come, a pair of Leafs reached milestone Sunday, but was that enough to extinguish the Flames? Those highlights are next.
You're watching Jay and Dan, brought to you by McDonald's. Hope you're having a great morning. Edmonton facing Winnipeg for the first time since March of last year. Winnipeg came in having won 8 straight at home. First period, Jets already up 1. Nick Ehlers sends a shot on net. Mikko Koskinen makes the stop, but there's Andrew Kopp on the rebound. Oilers are going to challenge. Kopp gets called for goalie interference. Stick meets glove. Ref waves it off. So it's still 1-0 Winnipeg. Now, early in the second, Jesse Puljujarvi leaves it on the doorstep, and the Nuge will eventually slide it home for his 3rd of the season. Connor McDavid an assist. Puljujarvi making his first start of the year on Edmonton's top line, and Drew raves for his play. Later, during a Jets line change, Zach Kassian to Kyle Turris, and he's got his first as an Oiler. Makes it 2-1 Edmonton as we head to the 3rd. Ehlers taking the Paul Stastny pass, and he's got it. 4th goal in as many games. Good player, that Nicky Ehlers. 2-2 game. Jets then retake the lead. It's Draisaitl to McDavid to Kyler Yamamoto to tie it. Last 3 meetings between these 2 teams have gone to overtime. Would we go to overtime again? Hold on. Dying seconds. The Hart Trophy winner, Leon Draisaitl, left alone in the slot and scores at 59-59. Becomes the latest go-ahead goal in regulation in Edmonton Oilers franchise history. And the Oilers get the victory.
Leafs and Flames midway through the first. Mitch Marner enters the zone. It's kind of 1-on-3 here. Keeps, feeds Jake Muzzin at the point. Shot, it's in. Scores! Fools Jacob Marner at the age of 23. This 300th career point, the 2nd youngest Leaf ever to reach the mark. Vinny Donfus was the youngest, 2nd period. Sean Monahan and Johnny Gaudreau working together. Monahan stopped twice. Banks in his 3rd attempt off Jack Campbell and in. Monahan and Gaudreau have points in every Flames game so far this season. Late stages of the frame, Toronto man advantage. Wayne Simmons tries to pass the puck. Instead, goes off his own skating in. That's his first goal as a Leaf and his 500th career point. Leafs up after 2. Austin Matthews back after missing Toronto's last game due to a hand injury. Early 3rd, Morgan Riley puts it on net. Puck hits both Matthews and Rasmus Andersson on its way in. Matthews credited with his first goal in 8 career games against Calgary. He's now scored against every team in the league. Late in the 3rd, 1-goal game. Flames point shot. He's blocked. Campbell kicks out a rebound. He's in a bit of discomfort. Play continues without a whistle. Now, under a minute left, Matthew Tkachuk tips it in front. Campbell keeps it out, and Tkachuk falls on top of him. That was the best of Campbell's 31 stops in the game. Stayed down on the ice. He was in a lot of pain. They called the timeout, giving the Leafs a chance to switch goalies, but Campbell stayed in the game. Dying seconds. Tkachuk with another great opportunity. Campbell denies. Leafs move to 5-2 on the years. The Flames are 2-1-1. Teams will play again on Tuesday. You know, this edition of SportsCenter with Jay and Dan is so jam-packed that this here is the only on-camera intro in the entire show. We're that tight for time. So let me set up the Raptors. Oh, okay. It's the Raptors and Pacers. OG Anunoby has reached double-digit points in a career-high 7 straight games. No Kyle Lowry with a sore right foot. Pascal Siakam inactive with swelling in his left knee. Drills a corner 3. OG did. He was 3 of 4 from beyond the arc in the half. Off a Fred VanVleet airball. Anunoby saves to Norm Powell. And Chris Boucher, a triple, by the way. Pacers' first game with fans. They had 1,000 in attendance. Anunoby with one of his 5 first-half steals. Lays it in. OG with a game-high 17 points at the half. Raptors up 11. 1-point game late in the fourth. Raps moving the ball around. Anunoby, wide open 3. OG, a season-high 30 points. Lead down to 1, under 30 to play. Look at the defense by VanVleet. Strips Malcolm Brogdon. Pacers turn it over after Anunoby pushed the lead to 3. Domantas Sabonis denied by Boucher. And again by Stanley Johnson. Brogdon and Sabonis combined to shoot just 6 of 32 from the floor. Raptors, they have won 5 of their last 6 games. Teams play again on Monday, and you will see it. Raptors basketball, it's a rematch. It's a pandemic season. Coverage starts at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Not very good with my rhymes.
We want to give a shout out to a viewer that watches us every day, Michelle Caswell. And Michelle has sent us these socks. She says one of her favorite things is seeing what socks we're wearing. So she actually sent us socks, and she sent me Golden Girls socks. There's Betty White, which I really love. So thank you, Michelle, for that. And then she sent Dan.
I got Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers socks. So
it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Hope you're enjoying the show.
And these are comfy. Pierre-Luc Dubois arrived in Winnipeg Saturday night. He's ready for a fresh start. Dubois joins his father, Eric, who serves as an assistant coach for the Manitoba Moose, the Jets' AHL affiliate. He says he's settling into his new NHL city.
And it already feels like home. I got here last night at 10:30, but you know, waking up this morning and being back in Canada and being here, and you know, I can't see my parents right away because you know I have to do 2 weeks of quarantine. But I it really feels good here, and I don't see added pressure because of anything. You know, I wish Patrick good luck in Columbus, and I hope that he plays really well and that we can play them every year in the finals. And but I don't see any added pressure because of anything.
While his final shift in Columbus might be the most recent memory fans have of the newest Jet, Dubois says that's not who he is as a player.
Doing the math earlier, I played almost 300 games, and it's almost 6,000 shifts in the NHL. So there's a lot more, than just the one shift. It's something that's behind me, and I'm just really excited to be here and be a part of this team. And this is a new chapter for me, playing on this team, and I'm just really excited.
So as Dubois mentioned, he has to quarantine. He is able to participate in team meetings via video conference. And
his dad, an assistant coach of the Manitoba Moose, so his mom's there too, so the family's there. He'll settle in real quick. I like this trade for both teams. I think it's, you had one guy wanted to leave one wanted to leave the other. I think it's going to work out great. By the way, according to our own Frank Saravalli, Jarmo Kekalainen, the Blue Jackets GM, received calls from 22 teams across the NHL Friday. Trying to get Pierre-Luc Dubois, and the Jets got him.
Hopefully he has a long-distance plan.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes, Sprint or something. AT&T. The struggling Canucks host the Sens for 3 straight games. That starts Monday. Vancouver just 2 wins on the year. They've allowed a league worst 33 goals in the season, and are coming off a pair of tough home losses to the Habs.
I've had lots of conversation with our young guys. I agree with you. This is something that, they haven't gone through, and not just from a team standpoint, but from an individual standpoint. And when you go through adversity and you get through it, you're going to be better off for it.
We got some new guys. We got, young guys coming up who haven't played, it's going to take some time with no exhibition games and not a lot of practice time. So we got to find a way to figure that out and get the ball rolling here, because it's such a short, condensed season. We got to figure out to, start getting some wins.
Yeah, you got to figure it out. Maybe what the doctor ordered is a visit from the Ottawa Senators, who are 1-3-1, the worst record in the North Division.
And it looks like Adam Gaudette's going to be a healthy scratch for the second straight game on Monday night.
Former Leafs coach Mike Babcock made his debut as a studio analyst for NBC on Sunday, where he was given the opportunity to explain his side of the story regarding an incident between himself and then rookie Mitch Marner.
I do want to ask you about an interview that you did recently with The Athletic, in which you shed some light and addressed an incident that took place during your time in Toronto. Now, the reporting on this was that you had asked Mitch Marner to rate the work ethic of his teammates and then shared that list with the rest of the team. From your side of it, how did that happen?
Yeah, that's not how it happened. I mean, I brought Mitch in to meet with him, and I asked him to rank his work ethic versus everyone else on the team, and he put that list together. You got to remember, part of my job, part of Lou's job, was to make sure these kids are the best players, Matty, him, Willie, at 23, 24, to lead their franchises. But what I did is I left it on my desk, then I brought in another veteran player, and we were talking about the same thing, and then I shared it with him. And I didn't mean to, but I said, hey, look at even where you're being ranked here. I walked, as soon as I knew I'd screwed up right away, I walked in to see Mitch in the dressing room right away. I said, Mitch, this is what I've done. I've put you in a bad spot with your teammates here. Why don't I address it right here in front of the team and get it over with? And he didn't want to make a bigger deal of it. In hindsight, I wish I had done it differently at that time. I'd made a mistake. I apologize to Mitch about it, but it still put the kid in a bad spot. And so is there ever anything you do that you make mistakes? In coaching, you make mistakes every day. That was one of them for sure.
All right, you spent a couple years in Anaheim, then a decade with Detroit, and then 4+ years with Toronto. You've coached a ton of guys in the NHL. Some of them have been publicly critical about your style, your approach. How would you respond to that?
Well, the big thing in the game, I've been a head coach, I think, 34 years. And 20 guys dress a night, and you have a minimum of 23 on your roster. There's lots of unhappy people. But even the coaches here today, you have 82 times in the NHL you're going to make roster decisions. So you talk to the penalty kill coach, the power play coach, you talk to the general manager, and you make decisions. Guys are unhappy, and they should be unhappy. They want to play. The bottom line, you can't please everyone. It's not personal. It's personal to them. It's not personal. All you're trying to do is win games, and you make those hard decisions night in, night out to try to win hockey games.
And some sad news from the hockey world. Maple Leafs great George Armstrong has passed away at the age of 90. Armstrong spent all of his 21 NHL seasons with the Buds, leading the team to 4 Stanley Cups in the 1960s. You are watching the Jay and Dan Show, brought to you by our friends at McDonald's. There is Connor McMichael, Canadian assistant captain at the World Juniors this year, making his NHL debut. The solo lap, of course, but this is the best part. His mom sending this today. Connor McMichael dressed as Alex Ovechkin on Halloween. McMichael and Friday had a great chance there. Left all alone. Finished with 1 shot, over 8 minutes of ice time. We're going to the third period. It's 3-3. Okay, missed all the goals. Taylor Hall breaking in, gets taken down by Justin Schultz. Penalty shot called. Hall comes in and beats Vitek Vanacek. That's right, Vitek Vanacek. But it hits the post, and Vanacek gives the post a little kiss. Of course, Vanacek was named after a character George Peppard played on TV in the 70s. He stopped 45 shots in this one, so really making the most of his opportunity. Jack Eichel with the only goal of the shootout. Sabres get the victory over the Caps.
Hens and Rangers, second meeting between Sidney Crosby and Alexis Lafreniere, 2 former Rimouski stars with eerily similar junior careers. First period, puck thrown on net. Lafreniere can't control it, and it rolls out. The rookie pointless for a 5th straight game to start his career. Second period. Crosby, 1-touch pass to Brian Rust. Rusty! Rusty!
Oh, nice.
Meets Igor Shesterkin 5-hole. The bounce pass from Crosby, 1 of 2 assists for the Cross. Tie game late third. Crosby Drop for Chris Letang. Sets up Jake Gensel. And Bumsies, it's in. Gensel's 100th career goal, 10th fastest in franchise history to reach the mark as the Pens improved to 4-2-0.
Well, we've been talking a little bit about Jack Hughes, the former #1 overall pick, who already has 6 points this season. His Devils hosting the Islanders. Classic rivalry, first period, Devils power play. And Hughes snipes home his 3rd of the year. Took him 11 games to get to 3 goals in his rookie year. It makes sense. He's getting better. Like, this makes sense. Then Nikita Gusev, nice move. Shot stop Pavel Zacha, first of the season. Devils go up by 2. Second period, still that 2-0 game. Jordan Eberle, great chance. Oh, Scotty Wedgwood. He's a Brampton guy, like producer Tim. 28 saves for the shutout. Devils beat the Isles.
And that's Ilya Sorokin, who was in net for the Isles. They drafted him in 2014. He was playing in the KHL up until this year. That was an interesting journey.
All right, when we come back, a little bit of history in the NWHL on Sunday.
The Jannies, they're a staple of this show. Let's see what Nick Backstrom did. He scored a goal from behind the net against the Sabres. I see.
Clever.
Banked it off Olmark's elbow. And ew!
Excuse me. I'm fine.
3 short.
Okay, he's going to go end to end. Look at this.
Entertaining ball game.
Didn't seem like he was totally in control the whole time.
Essential ingredients
Kings and Blues. Jonathan Quick facing a 4-on-1 here. Makes the stop. And by the way, 648th NHL game tonight for Jonathan Quick. Breaks the tie with Bill Ranford for all-time games played with the Kings.
AFC Championship, Patty Mahomes to Tyreek Hill. And then,
right, Bill Ranford never played for the Kings. I understand what you're saying. Bill Ranford's the Kings goalie.
How cool is that?
That's so cool. But he did break in time with Bill Ranford for all-time games played. Okay, so there we go. Now we're back on track. Kings and Blues, Carl Grundstrom. Dekes out Vince Dunn and snipes his first of the season. Beautiful stuff. Grunny.
Patty Mahomes with the underhand pass to Travis Kelce. When I was listening to the game on the radio, they compared this to almost like a cornhole toss. So there you go.
And Hawks and Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo. What did he have in this one, Tarash? 27 and 15 rebounds or something like that. Man, he's amazing. 2-time NBA MVP.
Cornhole's one of those games where you think, like, in the naming process.
Yeah, I feel like they had a bunch of names on the board and they went with probably the wrong one. It's the worst play of the day. Red Wings Blackhawks Anthony Mantha strips Dylan Strome of the puck, but then clears it to the wide-open defenseman for Chicago, Connor Murphy. And Murphy buries it. And it was also the game-winning goal. Oh.
Highlight of the night, Sharks and Wilds. Brent Burns takes on the entire team. Look at this. Oh!
Beautiful.
Real nice. Maybe too nice.
Burnsy.
And the Sharks have reclaimed the lead with less than 2 minutes to play.
There you go. That's your highlight of the night. Beard looking good.
Yeah, man, is that beard ever wild. Hey, it's time for You Blew It, our popular segment where we point out our errors. Dan, you said there would be about 7,500 fans at Super Bowl. There'll actually be 22,000 fans in Tampa for the Super Bowl.
That's a bit off.
But I know where you got your 7,500 from. That's the number of vaccinated frontline workers that have been invited to the Super Bowl for free to attend. So, yeah, very cool. I'm thinking maybe you want to vaccinate all 22,000 people there.
It's a good way to get a lot of people vaccinated quickly. Just jab them in the arm on the way in.
Right, here you go. There's your jab. And then, because you got to get the 2 needles, you get a jab on the way up. Hey, you didn't get your jab. Get back here.
I think we figured out how to do the vaccination rollout quickly. There you go.
They could have used this a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
So there's Betty White, which I really love. So thank you, Michelle, for that. And then she sent Dan.
I got Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers socks.